somebody the other day, they were wanting to know if it was cheaper to combine all of your books into one book or take and put one book at a time on the armor, which is cheaper for experience. Because with the changes coming to the villagers that's in the beta that we've been talking about every week on the podcast, this could get interesting, especially if books are getting kind of harder to get.
Yes, exactly. Now, what we should really do here, Slack, is we should use the new things that we're getting to see exactly how many levels it's going to cost us to do it, because you can't get Protection 4 from villagers anymore, or Unbreaking 3. Unbreaking 2 is the maximum Unbreaking you can get from jungle villagers. Protection 3 is the maximum protection you can get from plains villagers. So we need to figure out, is it cheaper to combine them all together on the books, on the anvils in the books first, and what order, or is it cheaper to just put it on the chest plate, right?
Yep.
On the anvil then, so we'll do Protection and Protection 3 together, and that costs 1 enchantment, right?
Yep. Okay. So that gives us that. Yep.
Protection 4. Unbreaking and Unbreaking together, that costs 1 enchantment, yeah?
Yep.
So then if you put Protection 4 and Unbreaking 3 together, that costs 5, but would it be better to do Mending first, because that only costs 3? So Protection 4 and Mending is 3, and Unbreaking 3 and Mending is 3.
You know what's funny, though? You were talking about how Protection, then Unbreaking gives you 5. If you reverse those, it costs 6.
Huh, that's weird. So I think it would probably be cheaper in that case, then, to do Mending and Protection first, because that's only costing you 3, yeah?
Yep, and you got to do it in the right order, too, because if you put the Mending book first, it costs 5. Wow.
Yeah, Protection first, Mending, and that's 3. Have you done that?
Yep, so now I got a Protection 4 and a Mending 1 book.
Yeah, pop that on there, and that should be 7. Or 10 if you do it the wrong way around.
Yep, definitely do it the right way around. Okay.
And then
so that's 7.
To put that on your armor, that's 16. So 16 levels to get that.
Jeez.
Okay, but that's only 60. I mean, how many levels was that in total?
That's 28 levels.
28 levels. Oof. And what about just putting it straight on the armor? Okay, so first question is, if you do Protection 3 onto your diamond chest plate, and then another Protection 3, is that going to upgrade it to Protection 4?
It should.
Okay, so already that's going to cost 3. What about Unbreaking? Unbreaking costs 2, and Mending costs 2 as well.
2, yeah.
So which one would you go for first? Probably Mending, I guess.
Well, the Unbreaking costs 2. So the 2 Unbreaking should cost 4.
Twice. Chest plate plus Protection 3 costs 3. Putting that on again, Protection gives Protection 4, only costs 2 this time. So that's actually gone down. So we've got 3 plus 2 is 5.
Yep.
Then 5. I'm going to add on Unbreaking 2, which costs another 5. So that's 10.
Ooh.
Then another Unbreaking 2, which costs 8. So we're on 18. And then Mending, which costs 17. So we've got 18 plus 17.
35.
35 levels. Jeez.
Ooh.
So we had 35 for doing it straight onto the armor. What was it to do it on the books?
28.
28. So it costs you 7 more levels to do it straight onto the armor.
This is not even accounting for helmets.
No. And look, like, what's the most enchantable, like, leggings you can get? No.
Leggings.
Boots and leggings you can get crazy amount of enchantments for. We should figure that out with what we can get from the librarians now. Let's make the most OP boots you can make, and then figure out how many levels that's going to cost us. Protection, Unbreaking, Feather Falling Thorns, Depth Strider, and Mending and Soul Speed should all be able to go on one set of boots. How much is this going to cost? There we go. Calculator always on top. That's useful, Slack.
So how are we starting first? Are we combining books first?
Yeah, I'm going to do Protection and Protection to get Protection 4.
Protection and Protection. That's 1 level.
Yeah. Unbreaking and Unbreaking to get Unbreaking 3. That's 1 level. Protection and Unbreaking together, which costs 5. And then we need to start adding the other books to that. So which is cheaper? Depth Strider 3 is 9. Soul Speed 3 is 15. Feather Falling 4 is 7. Thorns 3 is 15. And Mending is 5. So we should probably start with most expensive first, shouldn't we?
There's no way to get all these on there. It's not going to happen.
Right, Soul Speed 3. I'm going to put on.
Soul Speed 3.
15. Thorns 3 is 19. 21 for Depth Strider.
Jeez, plus 21.
35 is for feather falling, so 35.
35.
Mending is 65. Now, that would say too expensive.
Yep.
But we're in creative.
All right, so for creative testing purposes, that's another 65.
Yeah.
So we're at 162, but
And then,
we're already too expensive. Yeah.
And then boots, 170.
That's 170. 332 levels.
Whoa. And that's not an uncommon set of boots to have.
No, it's not.
So maybe we should start with the cheapest things first. So basically, anything with mending on is going to cost 2. Thorns and mending first, okay? So thorns, mending, and unbreaking is 4. I'm going to throw protection on there. Now, the other thing we need to consider here, Slack, is actually, now that we're getting to about 11, if we start enchanting these other books together, like Feather Falling and Soul Speed, we can get that for 4, and then we can combine those 2 books as a whole, right?
In theory.
So is that going to be cheaper doing it that way than it would be to do them both individually?
Let's try combining the Soul Speed and Feather Falling, yeah, because that's only 4 that way.
Okay. And then I'm going to throw Depth Strider on there after, which is going to cost another 7. And then we need to put these books together. One weighs 32, the other weighs 31. And to put them on your boots costs 58.
Wow.
So 113 levels in total. But again, that would be too expensive. But I've had that. Maybe I didn't have thorns on it or something before.
I rarely use thorns because I don't want to damage mobs that I'm moving.
Yeah.
But most of the time, to be honest, I start with a base armor.
Yeah, like from the end or something.
Yeah.
Online, Slack, an Minecraft enchantment ordering tool, and then you can choose what you want to enchant. You can optimize it for least XP/levels or least prior work penalty. I don't know what that means. Then you can pick what you want. So protection 4, depth strider 3, feather falling 4, mending, soul speed, thorns, unbreaking. Calculate. Total cost 66 levels if you do it in the right order. So let's figure out this order, and then we'll do the same order but with the combined protection 3 and combined other books, right? This is getting very complicated. Combine the boots with soul 3, speed 3. And then combine thorns 3 with mending. Combine the boots with the mending and the thorns 3. Combine depth strider 3 with feather falling 4. How would anyone know this?
You wouldn't.
Combine the boots with the new feather falling 4 book. Combine protection 4 and unbreaking 3, which we're going to have to make twice.
2 protection books, yep.
And then stick them together for 5. And then you put them on your boots, which cost 17. So yeah, it's definitely doable then to get them on there. So it would be 70 levels altogether to do it properly.
My calculation was like 72. I could have typed wrong.
Yeah.
But I did count the +1s for adding the 2 books together.
Yeah, that's probably where I've missed out. It is possible to do then, even with the new system. But you need to know this.
You need to know exactly the silly way to do it.
But new players that aren't going to know that. How are they going to know?
Yeah, I don't even have words for that.
It's just not like, and like your chest plate can have like 4 million enchantments on it.
Your helmet, yeah.
Helmet, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. But I wouldn't even know that. And I've been playing Minecraft for a long time. You've been playing Minecraft for a very long time.
And it's not obvious, is it?
No.
So to have to go to a website no one's ever heard of, and put it all in, and then plumb that into the game in that specific order, it's just not like we did it, and in a way that we thought was going to be cheap, and got up to like 300 and something levels.
The core of the myth to begin with that the person asked was it cheaper to combine the books and then put them on the armor, or was it cheaper to put it on the armor one thing at a time? Well, obviously, it was combine the books.
No, it's not. According to this, the answer is
very
both.
Specific. Yeah, it's both.
Yeah, you gotta decide which is the cheapest way of doing it.
Yep, that's crazy. And if you're not using this site, imagine the amount of armor you could waste.
Yeah,
and that's not even counting. Oops, I forgot to put a name on my item because I wanted to name it.
Yeah,
I think they really need to overwork the enchanting.
Yeah, they just need to make it more obvious. They need to make it obvious how, like, why is one way round of doing something more expensive than another? Like, doing protection 3 and unbreaking 3, unbreaking 2 is 2, but if I do unbreaking 2 and protection 3, it's 3. Why? It doesn't make sense.